Hi everyone from Producers and Consumers of Research. Today I'm coming to you from the Griffith University campus, and this is where I teach a course on tourism policy and planning. As you can see, I'm dressed fairly lightly right now because the temperatures have started to warm up here, or as they say here, starting to hot up. So today it's morning time. Already about 23, 24 degrees, bit of humidity, and it'll probably get up to about 25 or 26. That noise that you're hearing from the background, some of that is some traffic noise, and some of that is, I'm at a sports area, and they're cleaning the track right now. So we just kind of briefly pan down. You can see where I'm coming to you from. Anyways, this week, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was the actual analysis of qualitative and quantitative research. Now, if you've gotten to the point of your research where you've done your research and you're now starting to think about the analysis, you've gone too far. You really should be thinking about how you're going to analyze the information before you even start conducting your field research, because it can really impact on some of the questions you might ask, some of the techniques that you use, things like that. So really, the analysis, the actual physical analysis, yes, of course you have to wait until your field research is done. But the planning for it, the preparing for the qualitative or quantitative analysis needs to be done in the planning phase. Okay? Now, in this week's presentation, I talk a little bit about some of the things you need to consider when you're doing qualitative or quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis can be very complex, but so can quantitative. They're both very technical things, and I guess if I can pass on any bit of experience or knowledge to you guys about it when you're actually getting into the analysis, is get help. Whenever you're going to do qualitative or quantitative analysis, go to people that have the experience. Ask them the questions. Get them to look at what you're planning to do, and even get them to look at what you've done, so that you can work with their experience. And we just pass on this experience from person to person, because especially with quantitative analysis, there's tons of programs that will spit out all sorts of data for you and things like that. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand the analysis that you're requesting, you can get all sorts of beautiful charts and graphs and figures and things like that, but it can all be completely garbage if you haven't understood and haven't done things right getting up to that stage of actually hitting the button that says, give me the data, give me the results. Understanding the difference and where you might use a mean or a median or a mode, things like that. Understanding what the significance means and where it's important, whether it's actually necessary for the sort of practical research that you're doing. Sometimes you may find, and I talk about this in the presentation, that significance, just because something is statistically significant, doesn't mean that it's operationally significant. It may not mean that you do anything different between two groups, even though you may find a statistical significant difference between two results. Okay, so definitely when you're doing practical research, research for operations, research for businesses, things like that, you really need to think about how that information is going to be used and what difference it's going to make to your operation. So, I guess bottom line, get help. There's plenty of books out there. There's lots of information that you can get on the internet. Make sure you do it early rather than late. Don't wait till the last moment to start reading over some of this stuff, especially if you're doing any sort of quantitative analysis and you're not quantitative minded, or reverse, if you're doing qualitative research and you really don't have that sort of qualitative mind to it. So, start looking at this stuff early. There's always more information you can look at, always more examples, always more things you can read through. Okay? That's probably the main thing. Just wanted to tell you guys. And hopefully your week went well. And hopefully you're thinking about how you might actually implement one of your assignments. Key thing there is I wanted you guys to get a little bit of practical experience of actually taking one of your examples, one of your assignments, and going into the field and seeing what it was like. That way you could try things out before you get to the point of actually needing to do this for your project. Okay? Anyways, have a good week, guys, and I'll talk to you later.